What's up, YouTube family? Welcome back. I hope you guys enjoyed my video from yesterday. I got a lot of interesting comments, but most of the comments were basically along the same lines of what I think. Not meaning that I'm right, but I'm just saying that it was a lot of people that were kind of taken aback, or just like, you know what, I agree with you, that ain't my thing. And like I said, I'm not knocking you. If that's what you like, then hey, knock yourself out, but I wanted to say I appreciate you guys liking and commenting on it. I appreciate it. Thank you. So today this video is going to be about a topic that I think is important to me. Is an important topic, being a parent, being a grandparent, and I feel like this is, to me, I feel like it's a topic, to me, is a no-brainer, or it's like something that if you're a parent that you really, I would think the common sense answer or the common sense thing to do would just be common sense, but everybody don't think like that. So I'm gonna tell you about a situation. It's not a story time, but I'm gonna tell you about a situation that I had where I had a conversation with a coworker. But I'm gonna back it up and I'm gonna tell you what I had heard. And I don't like when I hear shit. Like I'm not one of those people that like to say I heard or they said, because you come to me what I heard and they might get you cussed out, and then you could take that back to they and tell them what I said, and then you might get slapped because you talking about I heard. So I don't like shit like that. So me personally, when I hear something or some shit like that, I'll go to the horse's mouth and I tell them, listen, right, like this right here, listen. This is what people are saying, and I don't like what people say, because people will lie and add and take from a situation. So I would like to just get it from your mouth. And if you tell me it's none of my business, goddamn it, it's none of my business. But I try to learn from other situations, especially when it comes to certain things, whether it be like my job, especially my job. Like if I talk to somebody and somebody had done something or had got in trouble for something, I want to know, you know what I'm saying? Because certain shit that, they did, I might do something along the same lines or do the same thing and just be like, was that true? Did that really happen? You know what I'm saying? So I would know what not to do. But all that gossip shit, I ain't really with. So, I'm gonna get into a little backstory. So I work with this guy, right? And he's been working there. He's been working with me longer, like a long time. Like I think he's been where I've been maybe about 20 plus years. But when I first came, this guy was like my first initial meeting with him was they said, that dude right there, he got a bad attitude, he didn't have anger management and shit like that. And I'm like, damn, that nigga, to me in my mind, I'm like, oh, you're a bad boy and some shit like that, right? So it was like, okay, cool. But as time went on, let me tell you, man, like I've been there 15 years now. So 15 years into this thing, this nigga is straight bitch. He's a bitch to me. He went from being motherfucker cuss you out, motherfucker just stay to himself and raise his kid, do his thing, to this nigga gossip more than a little bit. He sit around and cry, and it just is giving very much bitch to me. I hate a man that act like he a female. Back in my day when I was coming up, I'd rather have men or boys that were my age as friends, because motherfuckers kept their mouth shut. Like, you go do some shit with the niggas and the motherfuckers keep that shit to them. But now, man, bro, they built different. But anyway, I'm talking about him because it's really about him. And this brings up the topic of this video. And the topic of this video is, does how your significant other, whether it be partner, whether it be wife, whether it be girlfriend, whether it be husband, boyfriend, if they did not like your child from a previous relationship, would you still fuck with them? And I say that because me personally, this is just my thought. This is how I've always been. If you don't fuck with my kids, then you can't fuck with me because we are a package deal. And I'm not going to sit around and watch you mistreat my child because we got an issue. You know what I'm saying? So this is what this topic of this video is. And so I had heard that, his girlfriend didn't like his daughter. So I'm like, okay, that pissed me off, but that's not my business. It's not my business at all. But it's crazy because I stay out of people's business. Like, they be like, this person fucking that person, it ain't my business. But he had brought it to my attention because his daughter goes to a same program that my granddaughter goes to. So they there about an hour and a half. So we know each other. We sit there, we just chop it up and talk. You know what I'm saying? While the kids doing what they do. So I got to learn a lot about him. You know what I'm saying? Don't change the fact that I still think that he got some bitch in him. He done turned into a straight bitch. But he was just talking about his daughter, and I've been knowing his daughter because when I started working in there, his kids are my kids' age. They're grown, but then he turned around and had another daughter, she's about 11. So, we was cool, whatever. So we was chopping it up, whatever. So then he proceeds to tell me, yeah, my girlfriend, she says she know you. And I'm like, oh, really? He's like, yeah. He was like, yeah, she's in this field, and she was like, she remember you coming in there. And I'm like, really? He was like, yeah, she remember a couple other people we work with too. So I was like, all right, cool. So when he said that, and he described her, and I was like, oh yeah, I know her. You know what I'm saying? Because again, like, I'm a bus operator, so you know what I'm saying? Like, I see her. So I knew her face, but I couldn't really remember where I had seeing her face. But as soon as he said that, it clicked just like that. So boom. This is prior to me finding out, you know what I'm saying, that she didn't like his daughter. Like, I've been knowing this little girl since, like I said, seeing her come in with her dad and talking to her. Very smart, beautiful, brown skin, beautiful little girl. And plus while we're there talking and they're doing their little extracurricular activity, as far as the girls, they're doing their thing, we're talking, and I get to see her again, you know what I'm saying? So she's a sweet little girl. So I'm like, okay, so he's talking to me or whatever. So this is over a period of maybe about a month or two. So I'm sitting around doing my thing, way on lunch break, and so one of my other coworkers is like, his girlfriend don't like his daughter. So I think that's probably why I felt some type of way, because I'm like, I know this little girl. Like, this little girl is a sweet little girl. Like, I don't be with her, around her like that. But she's very articulate. She's very smart. Like, she knows, like, she's a different child. Like, you know what I'm saying? You could tell she's just about her work and shit. Like, she listens to Christian music. Like, she's just different. She's not like your regular kid, but I don't know how she is outside of me seeing her. So I'm like, okay. But out the gate, it's like, damn, she fucking with him, and he knows she don't like his daughter. So right there, it made me feel some type of way about him. Like, right then, like, I just got defensive when it came to him. And it's like, I'm not going to say nothing because it ain't my business. But again, the kids, we do this every week with the kids. You know what I'm saying? So, it's like, how I'm going to sit there and not say nothing. But I'm not going to say nothing because it ain't my business, right? But somebody always told me it's a time and a place for everything, right? So I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. So time go on or whatever, and I see him and her, you know what I'm saying, as I'm at work or whatever, and they walking together and they talking. So I'm giving her, like, I'm looking at her like, I'm trying not to look at her like, bitch, you know what I'm saying? Because it's 11-year-old baby. So boom. All right, cool. So time go on. So finally, something came up. Oh, that's what it was. I threw something out there. Like, me and him kind of talk at work a little bit. So I said, so I'm gonna see you at the extracurricular activity with your daughter. And he was like, yeah. I said, well, I don't never see your girl there. Like, I see her here and I see her, you know what I'm saying, here and there. I said, when she here, bring you lunch or whatever, but I don't never see her. Now I thought, the type of things that they're doing, like, you're the only dad out there. So I was thinking, like, maybe she bring your daughter. Out the gate, he came out. He was like, mm-mm. No, they don't get along. I said, see, that's my problem. See, what you mean they don't get along? So I tried to play stupid, right? Like, what do you mean they don't get along? Like, because I want to hear it from his mouth. Like, and I said, he said, well, she don't want to, like, I'll tell her, I'm not going to force her, excuse me, to come and see her, or try to, you know, if we're going to having, like, if the kids are having some type of game or some type of extracurricular activity, I'll tell her, and excuse me, I'll tell her, and it's up to her to say, I want to come. You know what I'm saying? And he says she never does that. He says when it comes to my baby eating certain things, and I say, you know what I'm saying, she'll say, oh, well, she need to eat all her food. And if it comes to her grandchild over there doing the same thing, she was like, oh, times has changed. You don't make kids eat their food like that no more. And I'm just like, see, that's why I have a problem. And I'm sorry, because I'm a mother first. I'm a mother first. And I, you know what I'm saying, I was one of them children that would had a stepmother, an evil stepmother, that had done dumb shit like that. And I don't appreciate that. I don't think that's right. I just think that's fucked up. And he was like, me too. I had the same situation. I had a stepmother that won't shit either. And I was like, well, see, that's the thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? If your daughter don't like her, how do you still rock with her like that? He was like, well, my daughter is very vocal. She's done tried to talk to her. She just tried to, you know, she just tried to be cool with her. And he said, she says, my daughter says it's like talking to a brick wall. So it's like, in my mind, I'm like, how is that okay though? Like, I'm trying to figure out the part where it's okay for her to not like your kid and you okay. He was like, oh, well, she'll buy her anything in the world. I said, it ain't about that. That baby's not gonna worry about what she buy her. It's a female that's around her daughter, and you are a man. And if she's the woman in your life, I feel like when you enter into that situation, you take on a certain role and have a certain obligation to any children in the household, and vice versa. If she has any kids or a son, and you step into that role, you have a certain thing or a certain role that you're supposed to play, and not just make that child feel like you don't like them. And he was like, well, I told her, yeah, this might not work. This might not work. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, you told her that, but y'all been together for a minute. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you still, she's still there. Like, I'm not trying to tell nobody what to do in their relationship, but in my spirit, it just didn't sit right. It didn't sit right. The fact that this baby is around a female that she know doesn't like her. And then, you know, we have to be to work so early in the morning. And I'm talking about early, like early. I don't know if y'all follow me on Instagram, but y'all be seeing what time. If you do, you see what time I post my damn videos or my pictures and shit. It be early as shit. So I know most of the time he coming in when I'm coming in. So we might have to be to work sometime at 5 o'clock. So he be saying, yeah, me and my daughter, we got to get up at 3:30. And I'm like, okay, that don't make sense, because I remember when I had to be here at 3:30. I mean, I had to get up at 3:30. That's because I didn't live in my city where I work. And you live in the city where you work, like, and you're not that far. And nigga, I know where you live because, you know, my bus route takes me right by your house. So I know where you live. And he's like, oh, my girl got her own place. You know what I'm saying? And we stay over there. So I gotta get, you know, and then I gotta take baby girl to daycare, and you know what I'm saying, and shit like that. And I'm just like, so you mean to tell me that this baby already gotta get up early to go to daycare? No, because mind you, he's been a single father for a minute, so he's been doing this baby thing and growing. You know, this little girl been growing up, but she don't even get to sleep in her own bed, and then you're getting her up extra early so you can stay over this chick house. Is it about pussy? Is it about, like, and I'm not saying that they should always be over there, but at the same time, like, if you're the one with a small child, it would be better if it was for me. I can't speak to nobody for nobody else, but if it was me, I would definitely put myself over there, over his house more, so that baby can sleep in a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, she won't do it. She won't do it. And I'm just like, well, I'm just gonna say my piece because you put it out there, my nigga. So I'm gonna tell you how I feel about it. I said I think that's some fucked up shit. That's just me. I feel like that woman is totally selfish. I feel like that woman is really fucked up because she is not taking you as a whole. That baby feels that she don't like her. How is that okay with you? No, bruh. Like when my kids were small, listen, we a package deal. And I'm not saying my kids didn't have the issues of they might not like certain thing about somebody, because everybody not gonna get along all the time. But if you basically see, as me, like myself, I see that you're doing certain things that you do for your grandkids or your kids that you're not doing for my kid, or you're saying certain things, or my daughter's trying to talk to you, or my son trying to talk to you, and you acting crazy, like, it's done. It's done. Like, what are we here for? What are we here for? Because their happiness is number one to me. My happiness is going to come later. But if you're not fucking with my kids, then you shouldn't get in a situation with a person that has kids. And that's what I told him. And you know what he said to me? He said she didn't want to date a man that has kids. Then I'm going to ask you this again, my nigga. Why are you there? Why do you still have that child in that fucking situation? Because that is not fair to her. And he's just like, oh, it's about over. I'm not trying to tell nobody nothing, but I just had to voice my opinion just because he put it out there. He didn't sugarcoat it. He didn't cover it up. He said it is what it is. But it's just crazy because my thing is, I'll never sit around and talk about somebody, especially a situation like that. He told me, and that's what's gonna stay. That ain't got nothing to do with me. But you know what I'm saying? When he sit around and he talk to other people and they done told me, and then they tell each other, like, listen, I'm telling y'all, you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, you don't know who the fuck he is, but still, it's like, it just didn't sit right in my spirit. And I wanted to know, again, I could fuck with y'all. And since most of the people that follow me are men, please just tell me how you feel about the situation. Like, if you dated someone and they have kids, or have you dated someone and they have kids and you don't like the kids, do you still deal with the person? Or vice versa, you dealing with somebody and you have the kids and they don't have the kids and they don't like your kids, then what? Or let's switch it up even more. What if y'all both have kids and the kids don't get along, and the kids fighting causes y'all to fight? How does that work? How does that work? I've been fortunate that I've never been put in that situation, because anytime I've been in a relationship, the dudes that I with know that it's a package deal. I've never had an issue, never had an issue. And I'm thankful for that. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing I let them know was I don't play about my kids, period. I'm one of those parents that I'm a parent. I love my kids first. My kids will never say my mama put a nigga before me. My mama fed my nigga before me. My mama bought my nigga shit before me. Her nigga shit before us. My mama let our lights get cut off because she was doing. My mama let this nigga drive her car. They can never, ever say that, because I'm not that type of female. I'm not built like that. So y'all, just let me know what you feel in the comments. Let me know if you ever been in a situation and what your thoughts on that situation is. So yeah, drop it in the comments, and I appreciate you guys fucking with me. Until next video, see y'all later.